Hello everybody, this is DeanoGTO, and this is the M4A3 Easy-8 Thunderbolt 7. Now, I really didn't want to get one of these. I decided, eventually I just kind of decided, yeah, screw it, I'm going to get one after just like thinking about it, and like, this is probably the only Berlin, well, it's called the Berlin 5 now. This is probably the only one of the Berlin 5 that will ever actually be on sale as like a standard, just on its own tank. So I figured like if I'm going to get one ever, then now is probably the best time, and I just kind of went screw it and went for it. So, and by the way, I'm pretty proud of this shot here. Whenever you see it, at least I think it was this game. It should be this game. But this M41 is going to fall back quite far, and then I'm going to get a shot straight into him, like a really long range with a 76mm gun with relatively slow shell velocity. And here it is here. Wait, and lead. And I whack him into a critical hit. I was so proud of that shot in that game. I was like, yes! I was like so easily pleased in that game, or in this game. But yeah, Thunderbolt 7, basically to summarize, it is basically an Easy-8 with a slower top speed, more weight, same engine as far as I can recall, but yeah, the main feature of this tank is the upper plate armor. Don't even, like, some people are thinking that the armor on the turret will be strong. The armor on the turret is worthless. I'm going to tell you that right now. The armor on the turret is worthless. There's only one place in the turret that will bounce a shot, and that is the mantlet. Anywhere else will always get pinned, and that's not exactly. In fact, actually, I'll just pause it here. The mantlet maybe covers about a third of the turret. There is this area here, and this is like 38mm thick. There's these two areas here. These may have like spaced armor areas here, but this is not super pressing. Those will not bounce anything. There's the area below the mantlet. There's the areas below these things. Yeah, the turret is really weak. Don't let it deceive you. Don't think the turret is strong on this thing. The turret is extremely weak, and even the mantlet, which is the strongest bit of armor on the tank, will get pinned from time to time by even tier 6s. So yeah, the armor on the turret. I'm going to warn you right now, the armor on the turret is not as strong as people may have thought. If you want to kill one of these things, the turret is probably the best place to shoot if you can't see the machine gun port. And the machine gun is extremely weak. I should make that clear as well. I was fighting a VK3601 in one of my first games in this thing, and the VK3601 pinned me every single shot. I did kill him, but he took off 600 of my health, and he did have. The only reason why I won the fight was because he had already taken a shot from another 90mm gun or something, so he was on like 700 health, and I was able to outrate a fire him just about. Although, and that's actually another thing I should quickly mention, I'll actually let the replay just continue here. 76mm guns, if you have driven an American medium, you should know what these guns are like. This one's a little different because it is more accurate than the standard 76mm gun, because it has a slower rate of fire, but I believe the aiming time is slightly better, and the soft stats are either the same or a little tiny bit better. But there is something to do with the gun, to the accuracy or the aiming time or something like that there, that makes the gun a bit more consistent with where it hits. And I did bounce that T43 shot, but that's T43. T43 basically gets a tier 6 medium gun. I'm going to start putting shots into the Borsig. I did make the mistake of loading HE, which was kind of a mistake, although that shot was kind of funny. Doing nearly 200 damage with a 76mm gun. T43 makes a rush around me, but he goes for the Hellcat instead of shooting me in the side, which I thought was interesting, but yeah. He did that, and yeah, the Hellcat almost dies here. I tell him to fall back, and I just about managed to kill him before the T43 kills him. And that's honestly, that's why I paused the replay beforehand, because I knew it was about to get pretty quick and pretty intense. So yeah, I'm going to make the decision here now to not go, well, I'm going to make a decision here, which some people may think is a bit iffy. I initially kind of head over here to try and like look around, and I initially and I kind of get cold feet here, because I'm just like I go around here and I see the KV2. If I have one shot at him, it goes nowhere near where I aimed, and yeah, and then the Challenger, I think I get either one or two shots off at him. One of them hits. Yep. Yeah, as you can tell, I played this game today. And yes, there was a spammer. If you don't know, if you want to get rid of a spammer, if you hold control and then go over to their name and hit like the red area here, there'll be like a little red thing that pops up there. I actually stopped here. Did you see me stopping here? I stopped to mute him and to write in chat that I muted him, because Like, I have no patience for this shit. I have no patience whatsoever for people who spam the map that much. The most you should ever click the map is like 2 or 3 times. That's it. And after that, don't touch it again. Like, spamming that hard, like, that is really, really distracting. And I've died before because I've just been too fucking distracted by somebody spamming the map like a lunatic. But yeah, I've kind of moved around the low road here, which could be considered a bit dodgy, but yeah, that happened. This is not a sniper gun, but for some reason it just seems to work for me in this game, which is bizarre because, well, this is like the last gun you would expect to really be sniping with. I'm going to put another shot or two into this guy. The second shot I got kind of unlucky. IKV is spotted. This is one of the great things about this gun. The gun actually fires really, really quickly. I got like a 2.97-second reload because I use vents instead of using coded optics. Because I feel like a tier 6 you don't actually need vents that much. I feel like vents are a nice thing to have, but I feel like coded optics are a nice thing to have. But I feel like vents are going to be more useful to you more of the time because they give you the extra little bit of rate of fire. And it gets you below the 3 second mark, which means you have 20 rounds per minute, which is pretty devastating to whoever you're coming across. And yeah, KV3 or KV3, KV2 is like the complete like opposite number to this tank because it's all about like the KV2 is all about the one-shot alpha, and yeah, I didn't see that coming. The Skoda just randomly appeared and just rammed me out of nowhere. I glanced at the map just before he hit me. I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And then he just slammed straight into my side. And I think he actually did more damage to himself than he did to me, which is hilarious. But yeah, he has rammed me. Me having a 76mm gun, him having an 88. Yeah, this is going to go about as well as you'd expect. Me with a massive rate of fire versus him with a slow rate of fire but high alpha. Like, he would have been better off trying to and yeah, I forgot to click out of free cam there. He would have been better off trying to what you call it, just like poke over, push out into me, and fall back. That would have been That would have been the better option for him, but for some reason he doesn't take that option. Yeah, M41 Bulldog, extreme range. My accuracy here, or my aiming here is kind of shitty. I do get my aim in, and I think that shot hit, and I think I maybe get one more shot into him. Although, no, the GW Panther just goes nope to that guy. And I honestly kind of forgot how much of a difference the part of weight ratio changes made to the light tanks, because he was climbing at a speed that I didn't actually expect him to be able to climb at. And yeah, enemy AKV killed himself, so I was just like, wow. And then I reported him after that there, because somebody dying from a crash at this stage of the game, I always look at it as very, very dodgy. Because if you're dying at this stage of the game from that sort of thing, that more likely means that you killed yourself. So, yeah. And then there's the artillery. It's at this point where I realized, oh shit, I'm one from a top gun. I actually hadn't realized in this game. I was just like, oh shit, I'm one from top gun. I can go for it. And yeah, my slow speed kind of hampers me there and stops me from getting the top gun. But yeah. I think that pretty much showcases what the Thunderbolt's like. It basically trades some of the mobility of the standard AZ-8 and the Fury, although the Fury, kind of actually thinking about it, is pretty much the same kind of mobility as this thing, but it probably has a slightly better part of weight ratio than this. Um, but the thing with the Fury has literally no armor whatsoever, so it's got no chance of bouncing anything. Like, I think tier 4s can pen that thing with no real issues whatsoever. I mean, well, the looks wrecks those things. But this thing here, it does have front hull armor, does not have front turret armor. Like, you have to make sure you make that point. The front turret armor is not very good at all. Like, I have had games where I've looked at the matchmaking going, yes, I'm in a really good matchmaking here, and then I've died within like 4 shots because a T150 has put like 3 shots, has put 2 shots into my turret. He tried one at my hull, and then the last shot he just put straight in my turret again just to kill me off. T150 wreck these things. If you're like, that is one of the things I should mention about this gun. Because the gun feels more accurate, and because it feels like it aims before it fires, you can actually consistently hit weak points at medium range. Don't recommend it at long range. If you're shooting at long range, you either want to be shooting at a target with low armor, or like a big broad target that isn't angled. Like the Japanese heavies are always fun to shoot at whenever they're sight on, like the German Waffenträger line in general is also pretty fun to shoot at. But yeah, this kind of gun really benefits from shooting at low armor targets. This thing, I think, it's kind of like the VK 3000 2D, but instead of having the alpha, it has the just raw rate of fire and just DPM. Um, I'm not typically a fan of like huge DPM vehicles. Like this thing, I believe gets like 2000 DPM with like from stock. I think mine's about 2400 or something like that. There, I think. Let me think. Let's do. I'll just do quickly the math. About 3 second reload time. Let's see. I'll just do it in the calculator on my phone. Let's see. Damage per minute. So it does 115. 115. Yeah, it is 115, isn't it? Let's double check. Yep, 115 with 120 a pin, multiplied by 20 for rounds per minute. 2300 DPM. So yeah, about 2300. That sounds about right. And mine's like 0.03 faster than 3 seconds. So that makes very little difference. So yep. Overall, it's an okay machine. Is it the best of the Berlin vehicles? Probably not. I think the best is still the Cromwell. The Cromwell, because the standard Cromwell is already so good. This thing is definitely better than the standard Easy 8 in my opinion. It's definitely superior to that vehicle because in a one-on-one fight, I've actually one-on-one an Easy 8 before in this thing, and the Easy 8 just didn't stand a chance because he may fire faster, but because he doesn't have the consistency of hitting the weak points, he couldn't kill me very easily. But fighting against another Thunderbolt in this thing, it like you just aim at the turret, and just fire at will. That's basically what you do. And hold down fights, you probably want to avoid them. It sounds counterintuitive because it's an American medium, but you probably want to avoid hold down fights. Hold down fights don't end well for you typically. So you always want to try and have your hull exposed. Usually this side, not this side, because you that way you hide the weak point. And also the lower plate is very, very weak. Tier 5's paying this like it's butter. The lower plate is worthless. Um, so yeah, the Jumbo, a lot of people were thinking this thing was basically going to replace the Jumbo because it's faster and it has the, a lot of people were thinking it would have roughly kind of similar to turret armor. The turret armor in this thing's now been comparable to the Jumbo's turret armor. The Jumbo turret armor is on another level. The stock turret, I mean, by the way. Um, but yeah, overall, it's an okay machine. It holds up all right, but the armor is not as strong as people may have thought. The turret is worthless. The front plate is pretty strong versus tier 6s and some tier 7s. As soon as you hit tier 8's paying this like it's nothing. And this area here will be pinned by. I've had tier 4s pin this. So yeah. Um, it's got some strong frontal armor, but it does have its weaknesses. I'm just being clear about that there. I'm not sure if I would recommend this vehicle yet. I've only played 30 games on it. I haven't completely decided on what my opinion is on it because I've had some really, really good games in it, but I've also had some really, really bad games in it. I'm trying to find like the middle ground, like where it is, like where on the spectrum do I think it is? Do I think it's good, or do I think it's okay, or do I think it's bad? Um, or like, because the thing is, you can have good games. You could just be lucky, or it could just be because it's a new tank and people don't know how to fight it. So that's why I waited so long for the Lova review because I was trying to figure out like, are people going to realize how to fight this thing and it's going to get a lot weaker? But then people never realize how to fight this thing, how to fight it, and I was just like, okay, this thing's amazing. But yeah, that's why I'm not totally sure about this thing yet. So yeah. I just realized I probably spent about 5 minutes just talking about the tank. Like I basically gave like a pre-review. I haven't. I'm not confident enough to say that that is my full opinion of the vehicle because, well, as I already said, I've only played like 30 games on it. That's not enough for review in my opinion. I think 50 games is the minimum. Um, you never know. My opinion may change. My opinion, like before this thing goes off sale, I'll probably try and make another video on it. But yeah, let's move on to the post game stats before I start rambling again. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because I spent 14 and a half minutes on one replay, just talking, just talking random shit. So yeah, first class mastery, high caliber, 38,558 credits made, 1,294 base XP. So yeah, that's a pretty decent result, and it shows you that people are doing well in these things because that's nearly 1,300 base XP and 9 other tier 6, as far as I can remember. That would have been an ace. So yeah, top of the team on damage, top of the team on XP. I did survive the game, so I did get a slight push from that as well. And when it comes to like the amount of shots fired and the amount of shots hit and penetrated and all, 34 shots fired, 26 hits and 22 pens. That's a pretty good ratio for this type of tank. And because this thing will only ever meet maximum 3 tier rates, that's a significant boost to the actual potential performance value of this machine. Um, it used to be like it was entirely possible. Like I had this happen to me a bunch of times where you would be against 10 tier 8s, like 3 tier 7s and 2 tier 6s. Like though that kind of matchmaking was pretty common pre 918. So the fact that is no longer a thing in 918, that's probably one of the biggest things about 918, and why I think it's a really good patch overall. And thank God the artillery changes happened, because if like I did get hit by artillery once in that game, I only lost 10 health. I think if I had got hit by artillery in the previous patch, I think I probably would have taken probably about 200 300 damage, because well, side armor in this thing not strong. I don't think I mentioned that much in the actual gameplay. Side armor is not very good. The weak point on the front armor is annoying, and the lower plate's annoying, and the turret is not strong. It will. I think I may have exaggerated in terms of how bad I think the turret is. The turret will bounce shots. It's just not. It's not a godlike turret. It's not a T29 turret by any stretch of the imagination. If you're thinking that's going to be like an impenetrable monster, that is not what this thing is. So yeah, and actually something I forgot to mention, this thing probably has one of the nicest looking models in the game, which honestly, mentioning the model brings me on to something that pisses me off a bit. Wargaming. How do we have two tier 6 premiums, M4A3 Easy Shermans, and the standard one still has no HD model? How have we gone over 2 years since we got the Fury without an Easy 8, standard Easy 8 with a HD model? How have we gone over 2 years without it? Seriously, Wargaming, get your shit together. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say. So if I was to rate this thing in terms of the Berlin 5, the ISU 122S definitely at the bottom, the Cromwell B at the top, and then the IS2, this thing, and the Rudy would be definitely in the middle. I haven't decided the exact ranking. I don't own an IS2, I should just point that out, or an ISU 122S, but from experience fighting them, IS2 is pretty good. So is the Cromwell. The Cromwell B is very good. The Rudy is also very good. This thing here is also pretty damn good as well. So I would say the middle three are pretty much on par with each other, although they're all used for slightly different playstyles. So I should mention that too. But yeah, let me know your opinion on this vehicle. Like, do you struggle fighting them? Did you get one? And also I should just mention this thing does come with one of those OP Brothers in Arms crews. So you could make use of that there if you feel the need to. That may actually be part of the reason why a lot of people actually bought one. So yeah, um, leave your opinions in the comment section below, and well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.